Joining us with more is CBS News national security analyst Juan Zarate in Washington. Great to have you with us, Juan. Thanks for being here.
Good morning, Rebecca.
Good morning. And when you look at this video from Liz Palmer's piece, does anything in it about Osama's compound surprise you?
Well, I haven't had a chance to study it carefully, but what's interesting is how Spartan it appears inside. And, you know, one of the things that surprised me is with bin Laden having been in this compound for about 5, maybe 6 years, it's a little bit like he was under house arrest. He was really a prisoner, in a sense, in this compound. And so what we may be looking at is a dimension of the prison that he was in for about 5 years there in Abbottabad.
Yesterday, a U.S. Predator drone went after al-Qaeda's #1 in the Arabian Peninsula, Anwar al-Awlaki. Do you get the impression that these raids are going to be the new form, that these strikes on targets like the #1 are going to be the new form of mode in this fight against terror?
Well, Rebecca, clearly the administration wants this to be the start of a push to go after al-Qaeda leadership, not just in Pakistan, but around the world. And so you're going to see a push to hit key figures like Anwar al-Awlaki, the Yemeni-American cleric in Yemen, and perhaps others. And so we should expect in the coming days, especially with this treasure trove of documents, to see follow-on actions in the weeks and months to come.
That's a good question. You bring up this treasure trove. How much of that information are we acting on in the immediate time frame?
Well, I don't think we are at a point where we're actioning the information we're getting out of these documents. I think in the first instance, officials are looking for any information about attack plotting, names of Western operatives. You've seen the warnings with respect to the train systems in the West. And so that's the kind of thing that we're looking for first. I think slowly but surely the analysts will start picking apart the data with names, addresses, phone numbers that will then lead to other trails and will ultimately lead to actions against other al-Qaeda leaders.
Pakistani authorities have Osama bin Laden's wife, some of his daughters in custody, but they are not talking at this point. Is that a problem for intelligence?
Well, you would like to see the Pakistanis working with U.S. authorities and intelligence to share information coming from any debriefs or interviews happening. I think right now it's quite obvious there's a lot of tension between the U.S. and Pakistan. And so this is a very fragile time and relationship, and the U.S. is going to have to tread carefully. But certainly the U.S. would want to get any debriefs or information coming out of the arrests that the Pakistanis are making.
This week, al-Qaeda also came out and confirmed Osama bin Laden's death. Does it surprise you from their perspective that they would do this rather than leave it as an open question?
Actually not. It's usual practice for al-Qaeda to admit when its senior leaders are gone, in part because they want to eulogize them, in part because in their minds it's a heroic act to die as a martyr at the hands of the United States. And also they want to clear the air because they're going to have to make decisions about the succession, and they're going to have to announce who will be the new emir of al-Qaeda, likely to be the Egyptian doctor Ayman al-Zawahiri.
Juan Zarate, thank you.